We want to do this nicely. We want to have a nice map at the end, because that's, for me at least, one of the main draws, that this actually looks like a nice and cool map. Hey everyone, this is Thecos. I'm really excited to bring Fantasy Map Maker to you today, the improved edition. A huge thanks to Harry Metcalf for providing me with a physical review copy. Really cool. He put like all of this together here, like all of these maps here and the rules and everything, and also the cards, which I will show to you in a moment. So really, really nice. A huge thanks to him for that. And this is a game that will come to Kickstarter on February 1st, but only for the boxed edition. If you like what you see here today and you would like to play it like already now, then you can get the print and play edition right now. You can get the print and play version in English, French, German, and Spanish. The boxed edition only in English for now. It depends like on the success of the Kickstarter, if the other languages will also be added there, right? But there is not a whole lot of text, so even for those of you who don't want too much text in their games, if it's English, that should be okay. So before we get started, as usual, grab yourself a cup of tea and let's do this. Yeah, there we go. My most favorite tea, by the way, this is a green jasmine tea that I get from a local tea shop here, but I definitely let it sit too long, so it's a little bit more bitter than it should be. But okay, that's my own fault. All right, so what is this game about? So we don't need the rules anymore, so let me just get out the game sheets and put the rules aside. What is the game about? Well, this game is about you actually drawing a fantasy map, and that is really cool. There are like two modes that you can play. The regular one that I will show to you today, but you can also play the continent expansion, which will also be on the Kickstarter, and also I think it's part of the print and play version, where you actually have like 4 maps, like one huge map you're drawing. But today we will not do that. Today we will only do the regular game, so I can also put that aside here. Apart from the rules, of course, you don't need a whole lot. You just need this sheet that I'll put here on the right. Then you also need 2 dice. I will take a black and a red one today because, well, these are my challenge colors, so it makes sense, right? And what you also need is a pencil and an eraser. Today I will actually use a pencil. I hope you can see it well enough on screen. And what you also need is are the cards. So he actually provided me with this really nice box here. And like really good quality cards. These like feel really, really good. Essentially we have, let me just see here. There we go. We have like all of these quest cards, right? And you see like the different colors here. We have geology, landmarks, nature, towns, and wheel. What we do is like we take like one of each. I have pre-shuffled the cards. So let's just take the top card of each, I would say. So here we have Endless Coast. Then for the landmarks, we would have Ancient Culture. Yeah, sure. Then for the, let me see here. Here, for the nature one, we have Deep Woods. Oh yeah, I haven't played with that one yet. Oh, that could be interesting. Then for the, here, for the towns, we have the capital. That's one I had before. And that's a pretty cool one, actually. And then for the wheel, we will take Explorer's Legacy. Okay, sure. So I'll put them all here to the side, just like this. Let me just put them here like this so we can easily see all of those. Maybe do it like that. All right. Then, last but not least, you can also, so we don't need this here. We don't need the main quest. These are for the content expansion. These like work differently, and you see like these have like a much larger area, right? We don't need those today. And also then we have the events here, and you can shuffle it up to, I think up to 6 events, or maybe it's 7. I'm not 100% sure. And you can also take more events than that. That's like a variant that is explained in the rule book. I will play with events today because I think events are pretty fun. So let me just play with, well, regarding space, I only have room for 1 event, right? But let's do 2 events. Let's take 2 events. Let me just draw this one here. I haven't shuffled that one. Pre-shuffled that one again after my last game, so I will just take some from the middle. Last time I played with these 2 here, I think. Yeah, with these 2. So let's see what we will play with today. We will play with the Necromancer's Eye, and the Great Rift. Okay, so then actually let me do it like this. Let me put these here, like that. And then we put these two quests over here like that. And we will get to them when we actually get to them. All right. To finish up setup, what we also do is we put in the quests and the events here. So for the, what is G again? Yeah, geology, right. I always forget that. We have G1. So we just put a 1 here. Landmark, we have 4. The woods, we have 5. Towns, here we have 1. And wheel, we have 3. And then for the events, we only have 2 events. That means we have event G right here, and we have event K right here. And these I will just scribble out because we only play with 2 events. Here you see it, 6 events. You can play with 6 events, makes sense for the dice rolls. All right. That's like pretty much like almost all we need to do. Also, we play the solo mode today. In a multiplayer game, you will just play the game, just like I will do play today, and then you would see who has the most points at the end of the game with the same scoring cards here. In a solo game, you see down here the different numbers here, and these are for the, I think, E for Explorer, A for Adventurer, I think, and M for Master, I think. We will play against these 3 opponents, and we will see who we can beat. If we can beat the Explorer, then yeah, we're good. We can play the Adventurer, we're even better, and the Master, we are like the best, right? So let's just see about that. We will count together like their points at the end of the game. Last but not least, we roll the dice just at the very beginning here. We have a 4 and a 2. And we take these numbers and we put them right here. 2 and 4, doesn't matter which order. That means now we either put our first landmark here in that space or in that space, right? Either 2, 4 or 4, 2. And we can choose like one of the landmarks. You can see them here on the left. They're all like quite interesting. We have like the castle, which counts as 3 houses because you can build houses. Then the ship will let us place anything anywhere. I really like that one because usually you need to start at the edges, and then you can only place things like in explored spaces. Explored spaces are those where you have like something in there, right? I usually like to start with a ship because I just like having the freedom to write things wherever, to draw things wherever I want to. And then we also have the keep, the mine, the ruins, and also the temple. These have like one-time abilities that like change like the way you can let those roll dice and things like that, right? But I will not use those. I think I will go with the ship again. I really like that. I will like tell you in a moment what we have here, but we don't really need a whole lot of sea this time, right? So I think I will just try to put it like somewhere here, maybe in the corner here. Yeah, we'll put it here. And I put the ship right here. So what we do is we put an S in here. So we say like this landmark, we have put a ship. The other yellow spaces are also for landmarks. And then I will put the ship right here. So let me just draw a small ship. I don't know yet where I will draw the water, but probably just like here, that thing. So let me just draw a little ship right here. Give me just a moment. And yes, I will be drawing a little bit today. So if that is too slow for you because I keep drawing stuff, although I'm not very good at it, that's how it is, right? Like this. Oh, that does not look nice. Let me do it a little bit nicer. Sorry. At least like the first ship should be okay, right? Actually, I thought this eraser was good. Oh, actually, it is quite good. Okay, let me do it again. Like this. Yeah, like this looks a little bit better. And then let me do like larger sails like this. Oh yeah, that looks much better. Like that. And then let's put a little flag on top. There we go. I think that works quite well. All right. So we have a little ship here. So we started the game with that. Now let's take a look at all the cards that we have here. And then we can get started playing the game. I will just explain the game as we go. All right. Our goals here, endless coast. 1 point per space the longest continuous coastline is in. So we want to like try to draw like a long coastline, maybe around here someplace, right? And this would all then be land. 4 points per landmark in the quadrant with the most landmarks. So we have 1 landmark here already. And quadrants, of course, are like these here, right? Like a 3x3 areas. So let's see, maybe we can put a few landmarks here or something. Then 2 points per space that has forest on all 4 corners. Forests and mountains are drawn on corners, right? And maybe we have like 1 space where like forest on all 4 corners, then we get 2 points. Okay, that's kind of hard to get. I don't know if I can do well here, but we need at least 6 of those. Well, let's see. Then with the capital, spaces earn points for how many houses they contain, up to 15 houses per space. So a castle actually would have been good as well, but maybe we can get a castle a little bit later. And then with the Explorer's Legacy, 1 point per name used. That is a great one because I love using names. I will get to that a little bit later. We also have 2 events. We will deal with those whenever we roll these dice. All right, so now we can start playing the game. How the game works is you roll the dice. In a multiplayer game, you would like roll 1 set of dice for everybody, and everybody could then work with that. You always do 2 things here. The first die you assign to a wedge. You see like these 6 wedges here, right? 1 here, 1 here, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and 1 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I choose one of them based on the first number that I choose. For example, 2. Then I would choose this wedge here. And then I would always have to choose like an adjacent feature to one that I already have. At the moment, I'm only in the middle, so I can only do coastlines at the beginning, right? So what I would do here is, now I would choose the 2, and then I would put a 4 in there. Alternatively, I could also choose the 4 here, I put a 2 in here, depending on how long the coastline, how long a coastline I want to be, because the number I put in there is how many of that I have to draw, right? How many houses, names, how long the road is going to be, how many mountains, like how many forests I have to draw, or how long the coastline is going to be. So what I will do is I will choose the 2 here, the wedge 2, and put a 4 in here for that coastline. So what now happens is the following. Now I will draw a coastline, and there are different kinds of features. There are long features, which is coastline, for example, and also rivers and roads. There are large features, such as mountains and forests. And there are small features, such as names and houses, and landmarks are like separate from that. Lakes also, and I might have forgotten something, but maybe we'll get to that later. So coastline is a long feature, and long features always go over edges here, right? And usually I have to start like at the outer edge here. So, but I can start anywhere because I have a ship now. That means I will now draw a coastline, and that means I will choose 4, because I put a 4 in here. I will choose 4 edges where I will put the coastline. So for example, I will put 1 here, then maybe 1 there, 1 here, and 1 there. That means now let me draw a coastline, and you can draw it however you want to. It doesn't need to be in the middle. You can also like draw it at the edge or whatever, right? So let me just draw a coastline here. Maybe go here and there, and then go here maybe. Okay, let's just do it like this maybe. Okay, because yes, this is something where you can draw. You can also like put little symbols here, right? But it's like much nicer to draw a little bit. So let's make a cool coastline here. Maybe something like this. And then I go like in the middle here, right? And then later on, I can like continue the coastline from here if I want to, right? So let's like put like a little bit of water here. So we know like this is water, right? The coastline now divides this water here and this land. We need to continue the coastline. Otherwise, this is a map mistake. There are things that you need to pay attention to when you actually play this game. And if you don't, then you have a map mistake. Map mistakes are like things that don't make sense and that go against the rules. For example, not ending a coastline, not ending a river, things like that. Okay, so we have started with our coastline. And that is pretty much like it, right? So we continue. We roll the dice again, like this. We have a 2 and a 3. Now we can choose. Either we go wedge 2 again, and either draw 3 forests, which is good. We need that, right? Or 3 houses. We need both. Or we go into wedge 3 and do 2 more coastline. 2 more is not really a whole lot because I really want to like try to make the coastline as long as I can, right? So I think I will not do that. I will hope for like a 3 and a larger number at some point. So let's do forests or houses. Forests could actually be kind of cool. So if I do 3 forests here, like this, then I will now have to connect these forests. Usually you could draw a forest like, let me get an example from, I think this was my last game. Yeah. My last game, for example, here, you see like I have like only small forests, right? Because I always put like a 1 into the forest because I didn't need them for scoring. And that's why I did it like this, right? But now we have to do 3. That means we need to connect 3 of these grid lines. So forests and mountains are large features. That means large features always concentrate on these intersections here between 4 squares, right? So for example, let me maybe have a forest here, then also a forest there, and 1 over there maybe, right? That means now I will draw a forest here that has to go around these 3 lines. And I can like draw it as thick as I want to, like however I want to draw it, right? Doesn't really matter. And then let me make it a little more foresty here, like this. Yeah, give me just a moment. We want to do this nicely. We want to have a nice map at the end, because that's for me at least one of the main draws, that this actually looks like a nice and cool map. I'm not a great drawer, right? I'm decent, but not great. But I think that's okay. So now, see, we have like a little forest here that goes over 3 of these, right? That works. So we're done with that as well. I need 1 more forest here later on, in order to get this on all 4 corners thing, right? That's very important. All right, then let's continue. So a few more things before we continue. You can always say you don't want to, either if you can't draw a feature, or if you don't want to, you can put like an X. You can put like an X for one of these features, and then you will get like negative, I think, 5 points per feature that you didn't draw. You can also like at any point say, okay, after rolling, you can say, okay, I don't want to draw anymore, and then you just end the game. In a multiplayer game, you would just like then stop, and everybody else will continue with like more dice rolls. And whenever all of them have stopped, then you calculate all your points. In a solo game, you can just end it, right? Just so that you know, like, these are also some of the options you have. By the way, like, this sheet is like everything you need to have in terms of rules when you have played the game like a few times and know how it works. Because you see like how features are drawn right here, right? Like these long features over these edges here, and the large features in these intersections here, and like these small features like within a space. And the names, free. But I will get to names a little bit later. We need names. We need at least, so per name that we use, we get like 1 point. So, wow, that's a lot of names. Yeah, we really need like high numbers here. We have 1, 2, 3. I think we have 4 spots where we get names. Wow. Okay, let's see. Okay, did I roll already? No, I forgot. Let me just roll and we can get going. Oh, 6, 6. By the way, if we roll doubles, double 1 or double 2, we trigger these events once, right? Just once each. And then we can just scribble them out or whatever. I'll put them aside, but not for a double 6. So that's fine. So 6, 6, we don't really have a choice. We need to go here to 6 and put in a 6 here for a long coastline, but that is fine. We need more coastlines. So now another rule, kind of a rule, right? We can go over these lines as often as you want to, right? So I can go here, there, go down and go up again, all of that stuff, right? And that's what I will do. I will go up here, let me go here, then we'll go up here, down there, back up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let's do like 5 and 6, like this. Okay, so let's draw a nice coastline here. Like that. See? So now we simulate a little bit of water here again. Like that. Okay, so we have like really long coastline now. We get like 1 point per space, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 already. We can get a maximum of 20 points per card, by the way. Okay, so let's continue rolling. 3, 5. Let's see what we can do here. So either we can have a 5 coastline, which is good. We could like finish up our coastline very soon, right? And also we open up like more options here, or we do a 5, 3. That's only 3 coastline. No, let's just extend our coastline all the way around here, maybe, right? Let's do like a really long coastline. So let's do coastline of, what did I say? 3, 5. Okay, let's put in a 5 here. Loads of coastlines. And then 5. Okay, so 1. Let's go 2, 3, 4, and then 5 here. Okay, so let's do this. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we go down here 5. Okay. See, we have like a really really cool landmass here, and it's just like surrounded. So also what you can do, I didn't do that here because I don't have the need to do it, right? There's an other points that award me for that. But what I could also do is that I put like coastlines in here, right? And then I would have like a lake. That's something that I could do, right? So I could put like 4 coastlines right here, like put them in a nice shape, and then I would have just a lake. That's possible. It's also possible, but nothing that I want to do at the moment. Because like we want like loads of spaces here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 already. We can have a maximum of 20. So maybe I can actually like go around here a little bit more. Maybe I can actually do that. Actually, here I want to have mountains on the edges. But let's see. Okay, let's continue rolling. 2, 4. 2, 4. Either we could have 4 houses or 4 road. Road I really don't need at all. We could start with a few houses, right? We need houses here, and 4 is not too bad. 4, 2 would be another coastline, but only 2. I want to have a little bit more than 2, I think. So let's do 2, 4. Let's go here so we are like close to the names. Let's do 4 here, so 4 houses. And these I can distribute wherever I want to, and houses are small features. That means these go within a space. And as you see here, right, we get like for 3 plus houses, 6 plus, 9 plus, 12 plus, 15 plus, we get stuff. So I will put them all into one space. But where will I put them? How about I put the houses maybe here close to the forest? No, let's make it like a little coastal town. Let's make a little coastal town. How about that? Not directly at the coast, maybe, but maybe here. So, okay, so let me do like, how many houses? 4. So let me just do like 4 houses here, like that. Okay, like that. Okay. Okay, these like more like mushrooms, but okay. That's the way it is. Okay. Let's continue. 2, 5. Either we could have 5 houses or 5 names. 5 names would be really good, but we don't have a whole lot to name yet, right? But we could still do it. 5 names is really good. Or 5, 2 would be 2 coastlines. No, let's make but 5 houses would also be nice. Let's do 5 names. 5. So what that means is names are completely free. You can put them anywhere you want to. Usually you couldn't put them anywhere where you have nothing explored, right? But we do have the ship, so that's fine. But usually you want to name things, right? And we can do that. So you can come up with names, but also it's like really small. Maybe you can see it on camera, but here you see like loads of names on the edges of the sheet. And usually I like to take those because these are like really cool. So for example, let's do this here. Like cursed forest, see it? So what I usually do is I take this cursed forest here. I will just cross that out. And then let's name this here. And let's put it here on this side. And then I will name this cursed forest. Okay, that's one of 5 names. Then we have like a village here, Crystal City. How about this? Desolate Coast. That's pretty cool. So let's call maybe the coast down here. Let's call this one here the Desolate Coast, right? Do we have something like a village? Let's see. Dragon Barrel, Twisted. Here's something with the village. Goblin Village. Yeah, sure, that's cool. So, this one here is Goblin Village. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3 names. We have 2 more that we can take. Let me see if I can find some. The Forsaken Castle, we don't have anything yet. We don't have any peaks. Pine Valley. That'd be kind of cool. You know what? Let's take Pine Valley. And let's put that... Pine Valley means we need some trees. So this is the cursed forest here. But up here would then be the Pine Valley. Maybe, right? Like this. And then one more name. Can we find anything cool? Let me see. Actually, we want something with like maybe the ship. Do you have some harbor or some port or something? Let me see if I can find something. Stone Point is very cool as well. Snake Creek Frost or Creek Frost. Frostgrey. Wall. Hidden Cove. Oh, that's good. We take Hidden Cove. So Deathless Coast. And up here is the Hidden Cove. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 names. We're done. And that's really cool. So now we need to wait with names a little bit until we have drawn more stuff. Okay. This is going to be a much longer video than I thought. Okay. So either 5 mountains. We don't want any mountains. Doesn't matter. And rivers. We also don't really want rivers. We have to do it at some point. But let's wait for 1 at some point. 5, 6 would be 6 more. 6 more of the coast here. Yeah, let's do that. 6. Okay. So let's go up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, yeah. And then we need to like go to the end at some point, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could do that, but then we couldn't do these 4 mountains, forests anymore. But then again, we have like loads of those, right? We can like put them like on way different spots. But how do we do that best? You know what? Let's do it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's still do it. 5, and then we go out here. Okay, let's do that. So like that. And then we go out here. That means we have like some kind of an island, right? That's pretty cool. Like that. And like this. I think some of you have said that I need to draw more often on channel. Although I'm really bad. I don't know why you would want to see that. But today I'm doing that. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We will get 18 points at the end here. That is really, really good. Okay, let's continue. 3. No, not 3. I mean 2, 1 or 1, 2. 2, 1 would be 1 house or 1 road. That's pretty bad. 1, 2. That would be 2 more of the coastlines. That's kind of bad. What I could like have maybe some. Well, I could. Oh, actually, I could have drawn more coast here, right? I shouldn't have started here. I should have gone here. Yeah, more coastal is kind of bad, but we also want to like get to this here at some point. And well, up here we don't need anything really. 2, 1. Let's do like a road. Let's do a road. I think we can do that. So just 1 road. So we get that out of the way. And you know what? Let's just have like a little road that is coming from here or something. And roads also always go over the edges, right? That means let's just have a road come here, right? This is like the edge I'm going through up there. Okay? It's like a little road. I don't know where it leads. Nobody knows. 3, 2. Either we do 3 houses or we do 2 forests or 2 of river. I really don't want a river. Rivers don't do anything for us. But like 3 houses, really not a lot, right? What do we do? Actually, we need like landmarks later on, right? So what we could do actually is if we take just 2 river. Yeah, let's take 2 river. So a river always needs to start in like some kind of water, body of water, for example, like the sea here, right? Or it will have to, and it will also have to end in like a body of water. So we could like maybe have like a river coming from here. Rivers also always come from like go over the edges here, right? Because they're long features as well, just like coastlines and roads. So we could say we have a river, we have like a small river here and there. How about that? So we have like a river going. Let me erase this one here and also this one here like this, right? That's something that they can do as long as we don't change the position of any of those. So you see, now we can put a river maybe like that. How about that? Isn't that cool? Oh, now I drew a little bit wrong. But I can like see a little bit harder than usual here because I have to like record this, right? Take a different angle. So, but that's the way it is. Like this. See? Now we have a little river here. Doesn't give us any points, but well, we had to draw it somehow, and I think this is pretty cool actually. Like just a small river going by here. Okay, so we've done that. Let's hope for like a 3 and then a high number, or like something for the landmark. 2, 4. That would be 4 houses, which is kind of okay, or 2 more coastline. I don't want any more coastlines, but I need 1 more to get to that forest and that landmark. But that's like too high. 2 is actually okay. We could work with a 2 coastline. We could like start a little island. And then we would have another coastline up here, maybe. That could work. We could also just say we put a little coast here or something, but maybe let's do a little island. Why not? So 2, 4, that means 4, and put the 2 in here. And then I will go here and here. I think that's pretty cool. So let's just start with the coastline right here. Like that. Okay, and then the water will be on the inside because we're doing like a little lake. Like this. Right? Okay. Then let's just have a little lake. Here I would just try to close that off later on. Okay, will not help me in terms of any points, but that's the way it is. 6-2. Okay, so either 2 mountains, which we don't need, 2 river, which we also don't need, or 2, 6. Oh, that's 6 houses. Yes, sir. I would love that. So now the issue is that 6, this is full, so later on we might have some issues because we cannot put anything here anymore, but 6 houses is amazing. 6, if you put them here, we have 10 houses. That is okay, but we could also like start something else. All right, wow, 6 houses. This village is going to be pretty large. So let's try to make like the roofs a little bit wider. So that's 1, 2, 3. I want at least 1 more here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can draw 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We want 9 in here at least. So let's put 1 more maybe here. And then we will put 1. Let's do like a little coastal thing maybe here. Let's put 1, or maybe by the lake later on. Well, let's put 1 here. Here, by the coast. Okay. So let's finish our little houses here. Like that. Isn't that cool? The Goblin Village really grew. Okay, let's continue. 5, 6. So either we have 6 houses, which is amazing, or 6 mountains, which we don't need, or we have 5 river, 5 mountain. We don't need all of that, so I will do 5, 6 here. We will do 6 houses again. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Let's put them all in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 right here by the coast. Like this. Okay, very cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need 2 more here for these points, and we also need like loads more here. Okay, let's continue. 4, 6. So either 4 river, 4 mountain, or we have 6, forest or 6? We have 6 forests is amazing. Yes, we want a lot of forest. So these need to be connected, right? But I can do that right around here. That is easy. So I will, like, imagine, like, we always have to do these intersections, right? And these on the outside also work. So 1 intersection here, 2, 3 right here in the corner, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, like this. So let me just make this a little bit nicer here. I hope I'm not bumping the microphone too much. I hope not. Okay. Like that. Does it look okay? Yeah. It's not the greatest forest that I've drawn, but it's fine. Okay. So now we have 1, 2, 3 spaces already with forest on all 4 sides. So now I want like a forest here at least, maybe one that goes up here. That'd be kind of cool later on. Okay. What do we have? 3, 5. Either, landmark, 5 forests. That's really good. We need to take this one. 5, 3 would be 3 names, which is okay. 3 forests, 3 mountains, 3 road. That's all nothing that we need. Then let's do 3, 5. Let's do 5, 5 more forests. No events so far, but that's good because the events usually are kind of hard. Because these usually are like bad, right? 3, 5. So 5 forests. Okay. I want definitely a forest here. I want 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that. But then again, I also want up here, down here, right? So let me start here. Let me start down here, I think. Yeah, I think I will start down here. 1, 2. No, then I would have to do it differently. Let me check that again. 1, 2, 3. And then up there. Yeah, okay. Now I got it. Like this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good. Like this. Okay. Let me now make it look a little bit nicer. Okay. Yeah, maybe the shape isn't as cool as it could be. But, well, that's now this kind of forest. Like that. All right, then let's continue. How many more forests do I really want or need? I want... Oh, actually here I have the coastline, right? But I could also like invert the coastline still, but actually that's not perfect. But I at least want 2 more forests here. Like 4. These 4 here would be nice. That would be pretty much like... That would be really good. Let's see. 3, 3. Oh, almost. Had we 3 wins in the game, now we would have to resolve that one. But we don't have it, so that's fine. 3, 3, right here. 3 names or a landmark. We do need castles. We definitely need castles for sure. Because 3 names is not a whole lot, you know. Let's wait for higher numbers for the names. So, how this works when you have to draw landmarks like within a round? It works like this: that you choose like 1 die for the wedge, right? 3. Then the other one you put in one of these boxes here. And then you would have to choose like any of the 2 dice for the other box. I mean, we only have 3s, right? So we have to put it in 3, 3. Is that... Oh, actually, in 3, 3 is not great, right? That's not good. Because if we put a castle here, it doesn't... Well, a castle, I mean, that would be 1 point, right? And then we would have to just put more houses out. That's kind of bad, actually. I don't like that too much. But we need many more names. So, you know what? Let's do this. And now I can, like, check for any of these landmarks, but I will have to put a castle. And we will I think I will put a castle right here. It's not perfect, but we do need more houses then. So let me just draw a small castle here, like that. Then we go down here. Yeah, I think that works. Then we need, of course, a large gate, just like that. And we need another tower here in the back. Like this. I think that works pretty well. Let's put like a window up here each. And then we are fine. Okay, that's our castle. So let's continue. 4-4. Oh man, that would be another event if we played with 4 events. 4-4. So either 4 names or another landmark at 4-4. It would be right here, which we don't need at all at the moment. So let's put 4 names. I guess that's better than nothing. So 4 names. Let's see. What can we find here? Anything cool? Highgate. Highgate. I don't know. Honey Meadow. Honey Meadow is kind of cool. What is here? Crag Island. Yeah, I think Honey Meadow is actually kind of cool. So let's put Honey Meadow right here. Honey. Meadow. Like this. Now I missed up a little bit here. Honey Meadow. Okay, cool. Nice. Then, how many names? 4 names. Okay, the second one. Let me see if I can find another good one. Fogmire is very cool. You know what? Let's put Fogmire right next here to Goblin Village. Fogmire. That's kind of cool. Okay, what else do we have? Cedar Ways, Silent Desert, Frogwoods. Yeah, let's do Frogwoods. Frogwood. Right here where also like our little path is, right? This is like Frogwood. Frogwood. That's 3 names. We have 1 more. Let's see if we can find something cool. Snake Creek, Grey Wall. You know what? Creek Frost Grey. I think Grey Wall. Grey Wall is kind of cool. And Grey Wall that's the castle. That's how the castle is called. Castle Grey Wall. Okay, very cool. Then we can continue. 3-4. Let's see. Either we have 4 names again, which is not too bad. Then we would have 13 names. That's kind of okay. It's not amazing, but it's okay. We could also go to 4-3 here for the landmark. I could do 3 and 3. I could actually put another castle in here. You could have 2 castles in the same thing. You know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. That's hilarious. I'm going to do that. So put a 3 here and another 3. That's a castle. So let's put another castle in here. We just have 2 castles in here, which is like 6 houses, right? So that's not too bad. So let's do another tower here. I will draw over the edge here, but it's like in this quadrant here, right? So like this. Okay. Okay, cool. 2 castles on the same space. That is pretty funny. 5-5. We have so many doubles, but no for the 1s and 2s. 5-5. That would be 5 names. And with that, we would be pretty good with names. You know what? Oh, 5 houses. Oh, we can't get to the houses yet. Okay, let's do 5 names. That's fine. So, okay. Let's just find a few more names, I suppose, right? So here we have Pure Lagoon. We can definitely do that. Let's call this Pure Lagoon, Honey Meadow, and then we have here Pure Lagoon. Why not? Pure Lagoon. Forsaken Citadel. That would be kind of cool for that castle, right? But we would have like all the names here, but there's nothing here, man. I need to do something here. I need to like draw something here. It's like all like it's all like here, man. And like all of these forests are kind of weird, right? Pale Bluffs. Okay, Fiery Sands. I don't know, man. You know what? Let's take the Forsaken Citadel right here. Forsaken Citadel, like this. Let's see what else we have here. Is there anything cool? I'm not sure, actually. Ragged Cliff? We need something more with, like... I think we need something more with these forests here. How many did I just put? Just one? And I need to put 5. Oh, man, I don't have that much anymore, to be honest. Let's see. Let's do Horned Cape. Let's do Horned Cape here. That kind of looks like it, right? That looks like a horn. Horned Cape. Like this. Then let's here do Twisted Road. It's kind of hard to write sideways, so let me do it like this, and then we can maybe twist the road a little bit more, because so far it's not very twisted. What else do we have here? Shadow Grove, okay, yeah. Forsaken Castle. Shadowy Grove is actually not too bad, because this here could be kind of shadowy, right? So let's put here the Shadowy Grove. How many did we not put? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we have put 4. So one more. Let's find one more cool thing. Let's do Green Isle. And we will call this here in the middle the Green Isle. Like this. Okay. Interesting. Very exciting. 6-1. So either we have 6 coastlines, which I definitely don't want, or 1 mountain or 1 river. Let's do the mountain. Like 1 single mountain. Let's put that mountain somewhere where it's not really in the way. How about here? So I will just put a mountain here like this. Like this. Okay, because mountains are also large features, you also put them around in the section, just like here. So we would have our mountain here. I forgot to put the 1 in here. Okay, let's continue. 4-3. We either have 4 names, which would be good, or we have 3 river, or what we also have is the little streams here. 4 names would be good, but we don't have too much. Actually, we don't have too much anymore, but that would be 18 points for names. That's really good. So, yeah, let's do the 4. Oh, no, it's not 4 names. Yeah, it's 4 names. Yeah, it's 4 names. But do we have actually stuff to name? Not really, right? We don't have too much stuff to name anymore. I would like to name a few things here later on. So we could do rivers again. I could like have a river like run down here someplace, right? Just to have a bit more on the map, because I think we will be finished quite soon, to be honest. So, because I want to name something later on. So let's actually for 3, let's actually do 3 river. Let's have it like out of the pure lagoon coming out of here and like kind of wrap around here. Yeah, I think that's kind of cool, I guess. So 1, 2, and then here down to the river. I think that works. Let me just make a little bit room here so we can actually like get the river here like this. Like that. Let me also do a few things here so it kind of looks like water, right? I also should do that here. Okay, cool. All right, then we have the river down. Did I put it down here? 4, 3, yeah. 1, 2, 3, that's fine. Okay, 4, 5. So we could have 5 streams, which I really don't want. Or we could have 4 mountain or road. You know what, let's take the road, because then I can get down to the houses later on. Let's do 4 roads, because we have a twisted road here still, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it like this. Like this. Have our road right there. Okay, cool. Then, so now, what now happens is that I'm getting close to having to think about whether I want to keep rolling or not. I can't just roll and then just end the game, right? But I need to like think of, okay, how much more do I want to draw in here, right? Because I need like my points. I still need forests. Can I still get forests someplace? Oh, there are only 3, right? So I'm actually done with forests. Coastline, I'm also done. Landmarks, maybe still. Names, I'm done pretty much almost. And houses, right? Houses. So 6, 2. Either I could have another landmark. 2, 2. I could have one here, or I could have one on 2, 6. Oh, castle right here. Yes, yes, yes. I would do that. So I would choose the 6 here, the wedge, and then put a 2 in here. And then take any of these again. I will take the 6 for another castle. And I will put that in here. I have no idea where to draw it. Where do I draw it? I would have to move a house. So let me take this house here and move it up here. I can do that, right? Because I still get the same number of points. I still have that here. And then I will draw. And this house will have to move a little bit closer to the sea, actually. Like this. That's fine. It's not going to be flooded. That's cool. And then let's put like a castle right here. Like this. Okay. There we go. All right, cool. I think we're close to having finished our map. 3, 2. Either 2 names, 2 streams. That's it. Then let's do 2 names, I guess. Let's do 2 names. I think that's okay. So, what do we find? I had something with creek, right? Let me see if I can find something here. I still need a little bit of coastline at least, right? So let's see what we can find here. How about Highgate? This is like the name of the castle here. Highgate. And then Snake Creek. That's good. And this here is Snake Creek. Okay. I think we're close to the end. 4, 2. Either I have two streams, which I really don't want. Oh, that's all I can do. 2 streams. All right, this is a pretty rough cut because something bad has happened. Actually, something happened to the recording here. That means like the past 10 minutes were not recorded. That is really bad. Fortunately, did not miss too much. I've added a few more names here. I will talk about those in just a moment. And I also had to resolve an event because I rolled 2 1s. That event told me that I had to draw a chasm along 6 connected land spaces and across these land spaces. So no features can now cross the chasm here, right? It's like a hole. I did that successfully, so that is fine. So I don't get any negative points here for not resolving the event. Also, I finished up my green isle and I added a few more little streams here coming out of the rivers and the lakes. Also, I finished up my river here and gave a few more names, as I said, right? I then decided that I stopped playing because I just couldn't resolve anything worthwhile anymore. So I stopped playing the game. So what you do now is for calculating the store, I already did that, but it didn't record. But just so that you know what I did, I counted together the points for the 3 Automa opponents here. bottom of the cards, and also subtracted like all events that I did resolve, for like this one here, right? Because they get points deducted here because it's like another thing for me, right? So they lose a few points. So we have 68 for the Explorer, 79 for the Adventurer, and 90 for, I think, the Master. And then I just counted up the points for my features here. So for example, 1 point per space, the longest continuous coastline is in. I counted up all of these spaces, and these were 18 spaces, right? So I got like 18 points. Keep in mind that you can also only have 20 points per feature. So I counted all of these up. I didn't make any mistakes here, like any map mistakes, for example, not finishing a lake, not finishing a river, things like that. And I counted all of these up, and now I'm at 71 points. That is above the first opponent, so I beat that one, but I didn't beat the 2 other ones. Okay, so yeah, that's nice. I actually beat like the lowest one. I think I have a really nice map here. So we have the Horned Cape up here, Snake Creek, the Pure Lagoon, and then the river like goes through Honey Meadow and past the Castle Highgate and ends like back in the ocean. We have like a few valleys and forests here. We have Pine Valley, the Cursed Forest, the Shadowy Grove, and also Frogwood. Here comes the Twisted Road that just ends like by the little coast here. And then here we have like the Goblin Village with like the Forsaken Citadel and Greywall right next to Fogmire. We have the Green Isle here, which is not really an isle, it's a lake, but just imagine there's a little island in the middle. And then we have the Desolate Coast, the Hidden Cove right here, where like a ship has docked. So I think that looks pretty nice, actually. I enjoyed that. So that is how you play Fantasy Map Maker. But what do I think of the game? Well, let me tell you. Before I get started, just keep in mind, this is a preview copy, so things like components, artwork, and even rules may still be subject to change. That said, the version I played here already looks and plays really nice. First of all, as some of you may know, while I'm not great at drawing, I really enjoy it. And I especially enjoy games where you get to draw as part of the gameplay. That's one of the reasons why I love cartographers. And Fantasy Map Maker takes that concept to an entirely new level. One thing I really like is how minimal the components are, which is something I always appreciate in roll and writes. Yes, you have the cards for the different scoring goals, but beyond that, you only need the map sheet, 2 dice, and a pencil with an eraser. That's it. And for such a small amount of components, the game feels surprisingly deep. And what I probably like most about this game is how innovative it is when it comes to actually drawing your landmarks onto the map. In many map drawing games, you mostly just draw something inside of these spaces. Here you don't do that, or at least not only. A lot of features actually go over the borders between spaces, some are placed in the corners of spaces, and that gives you a much more flexible and creative way to build your map. It also makes the final map feel much more organic and realistic, which is a huge part of why the end result looks so great. The way this was implemented is absolutely great. The most charming part of this game is the end result. When you finish a session, you don't just have a score, you actually have a map you explored and created during the game. And that map has personality. It feels like your little world, and I really love it. The final maps can get quite intricate, and seeing them come together is incredibly satisfying. And yes, you could take this for like a role-playing game or anything else where you need a map, right? Really cool. In terms of gameplay, the core idea works really well. Yes, compared to cartographers, this is a bit more involved, and scoring well can be more thinky. But the actual flow of the game is very smooth once you understand how everything works. What I also like is the decision of when to stop drawing. Because you always have a choice between 2 different landmarks, there are situations where you could keep going, but you might risk messing up your scoring, especially toward the end of the game where certain landmarks are no longer what you want to add. That creates a really interesting tension, and it almost feels like a pushy luck mechanism. How far do you go? Can you squeeze out a few more points if you get a little lucky, or do you play it safe? That's a lot of fun, and I really enjoy that element. The learning curve is also in a good place. Once you understand how landmarks are placed, how exploring spaces works, and what you can and can't do, the game is actually quite straightforward. It's not complicated in rules-heavy sense, but you do need to put in a bit of effort up front to understand the different landmarks. Luckily, if you watch this playthrough, you should already have a good grasp of it. And in my experience, after one full game, it all starts to click. And it's very much worth it because the maps you get at the end are just so satisfying to create. The replayability also feels very high. There are loads of different scoring cards, and you can combine them in many ways. And it's not about seeing each scoring card once. They interact with each other, which changes the entire puzzle depending on what you combine, Maybe one scoring card wants you to place loads of mountains. But if you commit too hard or to that, you might block yourself from placing other features the other scoring cards need. So in a way, you're playing a slightly different game every time, which keeps the puzzle fresh. I really like that. And then there's even an expansion where you can play a longer game with 4 maps at the same time. You actually combine like 4 different quadrants here. I didn't play that in today's playthrough, but it's a very cool idea as well. And it's definitely something that can keep you busy for quite a while if you want a bigger and longer session. All in all, Fantasy Map Maker is a charming and rewarding drawing game that offers quite a deep and involved puzzle. And it creates these beautiful fantasy maps that feel personal and unique. It's easy to set up, uses very few components, and still offers a lot of depth and replayability through its different scoring combinations. If you enjoy drawing games or map making, this definitely is one to keep an eye on, and you should definitely then check out the Kickstarter that starts on February 1st. I will definitely follow the campaign, and I'm thinking about seeing if I will actually back that as well, although I already own the game. But this is one that I really enjoyed playing. And before I end the video, I again want to say a huge thank you to Harry Metcalf for providing me with a physical copy of the game. He clearly put a lot of effort into making sure this was a really nice and well-produced copy, and I truly appreciate that. Well, that concludes my playthrough and preview of Fantasy Map Maker. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching and for staying to the very end of the video. As usual, my thanks goes out to all of you. A special shout out to my generous patrons. The biggest thanks go to Thecos for supporting me at the highest tier. I really appreciate that. You can support me by watching, liking, and commenting on my videos, subscribing to my channel, support me on Patreon, and join my Discord server to hang out with me and my amazing community. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the very next video or my Discord server. Take care everyone, stay safe, and cheers.